Hi, my name is Larry McKeough, and this is On the Road with Rocky Mountain Product Camp. Today's segment, we've got Jamie Duclas from Booyah Agency, a social media company here in Boulder, or actually Westminster.
Yeah.
Jamie, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Booyah and what it is that you do with them.
Yeah, so Booyah Online Advertising is a full-service online agency. So we do paid search, SEO, display advertising, creative email marketing, of course social media, which is the division that I run here at Booyah.
So let's say that I am looking to get into social media. How would you recommend that I go about doing that?
Yeah. So then the first thing I'll look at is where is your overall online marketing presence? Do you have paid search or other activities to make sure you're spending your marketing budget where it's most appropriate for you? We definitely have clients come in that say they want social media, but for the budget, we realize that paid search will give them a quicker bang for their buck.
Okay.
It's kind of where I first start out. If social media really is the right thing for you and you kind of have everything else covered, then where do I start? Typically, a Facebook presence really is good, even if you're B2B. It tends to be because there's 800 million people on Facebook. Everyone that works for a B2B company is on Facebook as well. So like that whole allure of, well, if you're B2B, Facebook's not right for you, I generally find not to be true. Okay. You can build a B2B audience as a Facebook page as well. So I think Facebook tends to be the place I would first start and invest my time in.
Okay.
And then the first thing to do really is to kind of have a content strategy going in, kind of look at what topics do you want to cover, and look at going beyond your promotional marketing materials and to say, okay, these are industry topics that I want to cover. These are some industry magazines or news outlets that I want to have articles posted on. So trying to have a lot of content before you start.
Okay.
Looking at creating some multimedia, photo, video. So you start with a lot of content and a content plan going into it.
All right.
And then as you do that, as you do the engagement, then aggressively trying to grow your Facebook liker base is the next step. And you can do that organically if you have a strong email marketing list or a website that gets a lot of traffic. Pushing people through those channels is great. Otherwise, we have a lot of effectiveness doing Facebook liker advertising at a cost of usually 50 cents to $1 per liker. It's kind of what we typically find to be the final cost for that. So looking to aggressively grow to your base. I say that if you don't have 3,000 people, you're really not communicating with anyone. That's kind of my base minimum I look for.
Right.
10,000 is a good number that you know you're going to be engaging on every post. Every post should get a lot of engagement. But 3,000 is the base minimum I look for.
Is there a certain quality versus quantity?
There certainly is. I mean, the number by itself can mean very little. If you get bad people, if you give away an iPad on your Facebook page, yeah, you may get a lot of likers, but what does it really mean? So yeah, trying to, I think, using your existing audience through email, through personal conversations or your website, you definitely kind of already have qualified traffic that's pushing your website.
Right.
Within Facebook advertising, you can also target hopefully qualified traffic. So definitely agree. You want to grow that base with qualified, good people that are interested in your product, that are either already buying from you or could buy from you, not just anyone in that liker base.
All right. So we've got that content plan. Now we've got a very well-established base of customers and likers on Facebook. What do I do now?
I think after that is looking at what other social media channels you want to be in. Twitter, perhaps creating your own blog. I think one thing that we really push blogs for certain companies is the fact that at one point AOL was really the hub of the internet, and then MySpace was kind of the social hub of the internet, and now it's Facebook. Getting focused on one platform is a bit dangerous because there's no guarantees Facebook is going to be the platform or even a popular platform forever in the future.
Sure.
So the fact that if you create a blog and own that audience, that's an owned media versus an earned media.
Yeah.
And if you own it, whatever you create there, you're always going to own that. Hopefully that audience never goes away. Something to consider. But once again, having interesting blog articles isn't right for everyone, but it's just something else to consider. Another thing that everyone should be doing is looking at social media monitoring. A simple focus of that, you can do something that's free. It's just a Google Alerts service where you can set up keywords for your branded terms, for your competitors' branded terms, and for at least a few industry keywords. It is going to be a little messy. It's a free service. You're going to have to weed through a lot of stuff. But you start to realize the conversation is not always taking place just on your Facebook page or your Twitter account, that people are organically having the conversation wherever they want to have it. Maybe it's a popular blog, maybe it's on their own Twitter account, and that you realize if you really want to engage socially, you have to be willing to go outside of your own personal creations, your own personal Facebook and Twitter, and engage with the audience already is engaging. And then hopefully, as you do so and kind of be a value member of that community, you can bring them back into your Facebook and Twitter in the long term.
That's a point that I've heard mentioned with respect to social media and stuff, and especially a good point to come back with to people who don't necessarily believe in social media, which is the conversations are happening out there, and whether or not you're there or not. So if they're happening with or without you, why not be part of it and try to influence?
Yeah, it's kind of that whole three-monkey approach. You know, you can go like this if you want, you know, and not talk, not look, and not hear.
Right.
But the conversation is still happening, and the truth is, you know, if your competitors are leveraging that, they're taking advantage of it, why you're not. And I think the most important thing, actually, I think, if nothing else, is customer service. If your existing customers are out there complaining about you, and you're ignoring it, that's a huge lost opportunity. I know a lot of clients that I have, who I talk with, they're afraid that, well, if I create a Facebook page, what if someone puts a negative post on my page? What do? I see that's your greatest opportunity, is that negative post, because that's a customer or a potential customer that's complaining to you, whereas before social media, they're probably complaining to their friends or doing something offline that you never hear about. They're taking that time to complain in front of you. You can solve that problem, and marketing history has shown that the most loyal customer tends to be the one that was disgruntled, and you satisfied their problem. They tend to be the most loyal and also the most vocal supporters of your business. So talk about social media being a huge opportunity. That right there alone is a great opportunity, in my opinion.
Okay. This is all great information. I'm curious, will you or somebody else from Booyah Agency be able to present this information in a little more structured format at Rocky Mountain Product Camp at the end of October?
Yeah, we'd have to.
Okay. I look forward to it, and I'm sure that many of our viewers will as well. Thank you for your time today.
Great.
And hopefully we'll see you at the end of the month.
Good talking
All
to you.
right. Thanks.